Hey folks, Mark Johnson, Tech Sound. I'm going to do a head-to-head here. You got the Lumia 920 versus the Lumia 925 versus the Lumia 1020. Now, I'm not really going to jump into a whole bunch of various specifics on the OS and the versions of the OS on each device because that could vary to which carrier you're on and, you know, which region and all that good stuff. I'm just going to really mainly talk about the hardware. Starting off with the 920, I mean, obviously out of all three of these, this is the oldest phone, which did come out last fall. It is the most heavy, and it also has some, you know, different design changes here with this one. Like compared to the 925, we'll start with that comparison. You see the micro USBs on the bottom, where it's now on the 925, and you also see the speaker grill on the bottom of the device as well, where it's right on the back of the 925. As far as screen resolution and RAM, all that's the same. It is a little bit. It's definitely considerably heavier, you know, than the 925, and the 920 is the heaviest out of all these devices. You can see the thickness. It's just a bigger device, and obviously it came out first. Now, one thing about the 920 that the 920 has that both of these other devices do not is it does have wireless charging built right in, which explains why it's thicker and heavier. So keep that in mind as well. So, you know, that's kind of the main differences between it. Obviously, the 920 is on AT&T here in the States, and it's pretty much exclusive to AT&T, although there is a 928 out for Verizon, which I don't have one of those on hand right now. So overall, you know, the 920 is a nice device. I mean, it's been out now. You can get it for $99 on AT&T. Solid choice. So, you know, it's definitely a decent device. Looking at the 925 and comparing that to the 1020, basically these devices are very similar as well, but more design changes. And really the 1020 and the 920 kind of share more of the same, you know, characteristics. Ironically, they're both exclusive to AT&T, but at the bottom you see the speaker grills all the way to the left on the yellow 1020, and then it's not spread across, and then you can see the thickness difference between the two. Obviously, the big camera hump is the 41 megapixel sensor, which is absolutely fantastic. Best camera phone you can buy currently. Does cost you $299 on contract. On the right side, everything else is very, very similar. At the top, you still have your 3.5 millimeter jack and your SIM card trays. So everything else is, you know, for the most part, is just very, very similar. But the main thing, the 1020 does give you 2 gigs of RAM versus these other two models only give you 1 gig. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And also, it's a matte finish on here versus the shiny on the 920. You can get a 920 in yellow, but it's very shiny as well. So definitely if you're looking at colors or you like certain color schemes better, one is shiny and the other one isn't. Going back to the 925, it really comes down to, I think these are definitely the two best you could buy now in the States. I would say the 925, if you want the slimmer feel, if you want the real high quality feel, you're going to go with the 925 because it's just built fantastic. Nice aluminum around the edges, and it just feels like a very high quality device. With that being said, the 1020 feels very high quality as well, and they're right about the same weight because since neither of these have the built-in wireless charging, it knocks some of the weight off, and they both, you know, are about the same in that regard. Another thing to keep in mind with the 925 is that basically you can get this for $99 as well, whereas the 1020 is going to run you $299 on contract, or $659 off, or $528 off. So those are kind of the main differences. Of course, it's got 2 gigs of RAM on the 1020 as well, you know, which, you know, helps with the pictures and, you know, doing the editing of the pictures, you know, directly on the device. So I like both of them a lot. I definitely, if I had to pick one personally, I would go with the 1020 just because of the camera. But if you really want something for a nice price, very good, a good enough camera for what I'd say 99% of people, you know, will be taking their pictures of. The 925, I think, is definitely kind of steals the show, just overall as far as where value comes in. If you want raw power, I'd say go for the 1020. And then, like I said, the 920 is still a nice device, but I mean, at this point, I would only probably choose it if I really cared about wireless charging, because if you want wireless charging, both of these devices, you have to buy another sleeve to go on the back, which adds more thickness to it. So those are some of the differences, folks. Be sure to check out the site, tech-snobs.com, for more coverage. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Take care.